In spite of the tight labor market, the majority of districts reported limited wage pressure and modest to moderate wage growth. There are concerns in many districts about prolonged slowdowns in the auto industry, but non-auto consumer spending increased in most districts. Economic activity expanded at a modest to moderate pace. There is an impact from Hurricane Harvey. A special addition to the Beige Book, broad disruptions to economic activity. The Fed expects that. 1/5 of the oil gas production is offline. 15 refineries shut down, with several reducing production output. And gas shortages and tight supplies of gasoline are hitting the southeastern United States. The Fed says that it is too soon to gauge the economic impact. Two key quotes from the Boston district surmise what's been going on in the August Beige Book. Quote, restaurants in tourist areas such as the Berkshires, Cape Cod, and Boston's North Shore experience severe staffing shortages, especially those that have historically relied on seasonal workers needing H-2B visas. The labor shortage has had a negative effect on revenues in what is traditionally the high summer tourist season. And then this quote, multiple firms cited the current political situation as a negative influence on hiring. Healthcare reform was singled out as a source of instability as job applicants now seek employer-based coverage as their top job benefit. The headline here again from the Beige Book. In spite of a top labor market, the majority of districts reporting limited wage pressure and modest to moderate wage growth. This has been a recurring issue that has been troubling members of the Federal Reserve for several months. Back to you.
All right, so one of the questions I have, what about Hurricane Harvey? Too early to gauge any kind of sense of whether or not the hurricane is going to play much into overall economic activity? I mean, we know it will, but...
Yes. In fact, we heard from a member of the Board of Governors, Lael Brainerd, when she said, look, there's going to be an impact from this, but then we'll return to normal output and GDP by the end of the year. But they said the impact is too soon to gauge. And, of course, we have Hurricane Irma heading this way. In fact, at 2 o'clock, the Fed put out a new press release essentially saying to banks and lenders that you should work with people in declared disaster zones. And if you're going to have a problem with your regulatory compliance, notify your regulator, i.e. the Federal Reserve.